What's up, guys? It's your boy Cole. Just kidding. Wait, I gotta go faster. It's Cole back with another video, or Colazo, whatever you want to call me. Who cares? Today's video, I'm gonna do a bit of a story time. I used to love watching my favorite creators back in the day do story times on like Call of Duty Black Ops 1. They'd run around in like gun game on like firing range or Nuketown in the background. So that's probably what we'll do. We'll probably throw some like Fortnite gameplay in the background, maybe FNCS, maybe just like arena, a ranked game. But I used to watch them talk about their stories. First time they drank, first time they did this, or last time they did this, or just interesting stories in their life. And I think it helps connect you to the creator more, and I think that's a good thing, because most of my uploads on this channel are usually just me playing Fortnite or playing a game or like doing something and not as much talking. So if you guys don't watch my streams, you probably just get like straight gameplay, which isn't as much personality content building, which I prefer to do, which is why I think my streams are more fun than recording YouTube videos and stuff, because it's more like person to person. I have good conversations, but a lot of times that doesn't get uploaded. From now on, if I ever tell a story on stream, maybe I'll turn it into one of these, because I do a lot. But yeah, if you guys aren't following the Twitch, make sure you get in there, twitch.tv/Colazo, put the link somewhere on the screen right now, whatever. But yeah, let's get into it. So today's story is going to be the first time I ever went to a concert, and how I almost got arrested at a concert when I was, I think 14, maybe 15 years old. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a concert. I recommend them incredibly if you haven't been. Concerts are incredible. Almost every time I've gone, it's a great time. Live music's like one of my favorite things. And the concert that we went to was at this place called the BB&T Pavilion. I don't know if it had the same name back then, but it's this big venue basically where it's the stage, and then in front of the stage, it's like an uphill the entire time. So imagine you're on stage, you're looking out at like this big rising hill, and the first like 20 rows or so are like seats. And then it's like Camden, New Jersey or whatever, where it's at. Maybe Philly, I forget, Camden. I think it's Camden. And it's like 20 rows of seats probably, and then the rest of it's lawn. So a lot of people have like their lawn chairs. A lot of people bring like picnic things, and they just sit and watch the concert. They have screens. It's really cool, really sick venue, a lot of food and stuff, great vibes. It's a good time. It's a great time. And I was probably 14, 15. It was my first ever concert going to with my friend group. It was like probably 10 guys, 10 girls, I'd say, just on average. I don't know. We had like 20 people, I would guess. And we are always in the lawn. We pre-gamed the concert, of course, because you know that's what you do when you're in high school and you're 21 years old and you can legally pre-game as a freshman in high school. So we pre-gamed a little bit, not much. So we're a little tipsy heading into the venue. We get in, and I'm so stoked for my first concert. I'm so excited. My adrenaline's pumping. It's a good time. We get there. I calm down a little bit. I sober up fully by the time we get in. We get our seats on the lawn. I should say seats, but we had like little picnic, like blankets almost on the lawn. And my one buddy, because we're all sober at this point. Some people had like a little drinks they snuck in or whatever, but we're sober. And my one buddy, let's name him Bob, because why not? Give him the name Bob, it's easy. My one buddy Bob goes, "Hey Cole, you want to go get a drink?" So we had to walk to the top of the ramp, the top of the flat grassy area to get to the top of the venue where they had like a bar, basically, where people just buy drinks, they come back down. Obviously they're usually 21. And I'm like, how are we gonna get drinks? Like neither of us have a fake. For YouTube purposes, we were 21 years old at the time, but we're just messing around. 21-year-old freshman. A lot of he was like, just trust me, and I was like, all right, whatever, we'll see what happens. And we're like, mind you, we look extremely young. I would imagine we look extremely young. We're like 14, 15 years old, and we walk up and he's like, I got this, let me handle this. We go up, and he sees this lady in line, probably like 25 years old, I would guess, maybe 25 to 30, probably my age now. And she seemed nice, and we went up to her. My friend was like, hey, we'll give you $20 to buy us a beer. It's probably like $12 for a beer this big. Thing was massive. And she said no at first. He's like, come on, please, like we'll pay you extra, whatever. And she's like, yes. Basically, long story short, she agrees. She goes and gets the beer, like I said, comes back, hands it to me, hands it to my friend Bob, and it is this big. It's huge. I mean, it's this thick, the size of my head. I'm like, oh my God. And we look young, I would imagine. But there's a million people around. It's still kind of daylight out. The band was playing, One Republic was playing. If you guys don't know One Republic, I can like put on a little snippet. Hopefully it doesn't lag my PC. This was my 6th grade ringtone actually that went off in class one time, which was a horrible, different story in itself. But you guys know this song? You know? So yeah, we're going down. I don't want to play too much. I don't want to play too much. Banger though. Banger alert. Great song. They had some great songs. Secrets. All the Right Moves. They had some really good songs, and I was really into them when I was younger. And they played like a couple intro songs, and they weren't anything special. I wasn't like listening to it fully. I was just vibing with my friends. And we get this drink. It probably like 2-3 songs into the concert, and my buddy Bob hands me his hands me the drink for a second to pay her. He's like, let me get my wallet out. Hold on here, Cole, hold this. So I hold this drink. I'm holding this drink like this, like an idiot, like a fool, like an absolute fool. And as that happens, he pays her. She walks away. I'm still holding the drink. I haven't even taken a sip yet. Again, I am stone cold Steve sober. It is ridiculous. I'm fiending. Me and him are waiting. And as that happens, he's looking at me and he like just puts his wallet away, and 3 or 4 security guards roll up. Picture the two of us standing face to face, probably 3-4 feet away, and then security guards like swarm me, 2 from behind, 2 from the front, like X formation. They're on my shit. I was like, oh my god, like I'm going to prison. It's over. My life is screwed. My friend Bob casually backs away. He's slowly backing away because they're all looking at me because I'm holding the drink, so I'm the one doing something wrong. Crazy, they just don't associate him with me when he's there. But Bob starts sneaking away, kind of like this. I have to take the headset off for this one. Kind of like this. Like he's like this. He's looking at me. He's like, and then when he gets like 20 feet, 10 feet away, he turns around and sprints. And I'm watching this whole thing while being interrogated by these 4 like police officer security guard dudes. And I'm having a panic attack. I'm forgetting. I'm like, yeah. Oh, I just don't have my ID on me right now. And again, mind you, people say I look young now. I am 25 years old. This is a sorry excuse for a beard that I shaved the other day, and it's nothing. I mean, it's I had nothing. I had no facial hair. I was 14, 15. I already looked young at the time. I was a little tall, but still. They were like, oh, you didn't have your, can we see some ID? And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh, I forgot my wallet. It's probably in my car or something. I made something up, fully lied. They knew I was lying. They knew I was BSing. So they finally get it out of me. They're like, come on, like, we know how old you are. So I was like, I don't know what to do. I just better not lie, basically, as much as I wanted to just run away. It was too light out for me to run away. I think if it was pitch black, I would have ran, and I recommend anyone else to run, I think. But it was too light out, too many adults, too many people around, and I was so anxious, so nervous. And these people are just, again, interrogating me to death, and I'm a child at the time holding this massive beer, and they knew it. And I was like, okay, I think I said I was 18. I think I was like, yeah, I'm 18 years old. Whatever, but I was 14, 15 at the time, and they walked me out of the venue, and I can see all my friends like 50, 60 feet away down the grassy hill, and I'm looking at them, and I see them. Bob's there telling them what happened, about how the cops, there's 4 cops around Cole, and they're all looking up at me, and I'm looking down at them every once in a while, and they're like freaking out. Like I see the panic over there, kind of. All these guys and girls just going nuts, boys and girls, I should say, going nuts. And then they walk me around the top section, entire back of the venue. So for a good 50, 60 yards, meters, whatever, we're walking out, and they take me down these steps into this like alleyway, into this room, interrogation room, where there's 2 officers and there's 1 main guy sitting. And he's like, have a seat. He's being all nice to me. And because I told the cop I was 18, they brought me to that room. And then he asked me my birthday, and I was like, April 24th, 1998. Which was my real birthday, which meant I was 15, 16. So he looks at his officers. He's like, why the fuck do you bring him here? Like, what are you guys doing? This is the 18, this is for adults. Like, this is the 18 plus 10. This is a child. This guy's 15, 16. So they have to walk me because I lied and they brought me there. They got in trouble. They were not happy with me, and they had to walk across the entire. I basically played it off. I was like, I never told them I was 18. What are you what are you talking about? I would have never said that. I'm only 15, 16. I would have never said I'm 18. That's crazy. I'm not that old. And they were asking me if I was drunk and stuff. And then they had to walk me because of that again, all the way across the venue again to the other side, to the underage, like minor tent. And we go back through this alley. We're kind of outside the venue at this point. I can still hear the music. And the worst part is the best songs are playing. If you guys don't know the song Secrets, I don't even know if my editor if Jay Ricky can keep these in. If you guys don't know the song Secrets, it's a beauty of a song. And let's just say I was listening to this when I was walking with the police officers to the minor tent, and I was so sad because I was waiting for this song. I love this song. It's a beauty. You guys know it, right? Banger. Such a good song, and I am hearing it. I don't even know if we can leave that in. Again, if we can't, we can. I think we can. I'm hearing that across the venue. They play like 3 or 4 bangers in a row. We finally get to the underage tent, and it's basically like you go through this white tent, and there's like 2 rows of like chairs, like 2 rows fully. So 4 rows of chairs, they're facing outwardly to each other. So like these 2 are facing each other, these 2 are facing each other, and there's like 8 chairs in each row. And there was 1 kid there who probably was around my age, maybe like a couple years older, might have even been 18. I think he was, or I don't know. I don't know. And he had a backpack, and he was just sitting there. And again, mind you, thank goodness I did not take a sip of that alcohol, or they probably would have got me. They didn't see me drink. Thank God I didn't drink too much before we got that drink, because I really was stone cold sober. I mean, I was fully sober, which was a blessing, because if I wasn't, they probably would have got me for more. They basically were like, you can't, my adrenaline at this point, remember, is pumping. I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to prison in Camden, whatever. I'm like, I'm going to go to jail and all these bad things are going to happen to me. I'm a little kid, you know? And they are talking to me. The guy comes over, like the head guy with the big white suit on, big white, like buttoned down. He's a huge guy, and he comes with like this flashlight and he's shining in my eyes, and he's like, follow the light, and I'm following it perfect without moving my head, because I am sober. I don't know if I just did a good job there. I probably didn't, because I'm sober. And I was like, he's like, how much you have to drink tonight, son? And again, I don't know why he had a southern accent, but he did. And we're in Philadelphia, New Jersey, basically, but he had a southern accent. How much y'all have to drink tonight, son? And I was like, I was looking up at him sitting down in this chair. I'm like, nothing. I haven't drank at all. And he's like, now, boy, you don't have to lie to me. You can just tell me the truth. We're all friends here. It's all cool. And he was like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm out of the concert. We're not friends. This is not cool. I am scarred for life. You didn't even get my friend who paid for the drink and told me to get the drink. Bob got off unscathed, lucky as hell, with a great story, while I'm on the other end getting interrogated by this guy. And I'm sitting there like a kid, and I'm just like, I had nothing to drink. I'm following the light. He's like, you are following it pretty well. And I had to convince him. He's like, you could tell me, you don't have to lie. If you lie, it's going to be a lot more trouble. He scared straight in me, basically doing the scared straight routine. And I'm like, I swear I had nothing to drink. Initially, he's like, before he figured out I had nothing to drink, he's like, we're gonna have to call your parents and they're gonna have to pick you up, or you're gonna have to spend a night in Camden prison or whatever. And I was like, can't do that. That's crazy. So I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. They basically call, this is, again, mind you, first concert, horrible vibes so far for the first concert. I'm hearing the music from deep, and it's like great song after great song after great song. And I'm so upset and sad, and that it's just not, I'm not experiencing that with all my friends who are probably having a good time while simultaneously like freaking out a little bit because their 14-15-year-old friend is like they think he's going to prison, basically. And I'm sitting there and I call my mom. They make me call my mom, and I thought she was gonna have to pick me up. They told me she was gonna have to pick me up, and my mom, I don't know what the conversation was that they had on the phone, because I gave my phone to the officer, and he talked to my mom, and he, at the end of the conversation, he's like, you're allowed to go back in. You can go back in. And I was like, what? Like, I thought for sure I was gonna have to get picked up or wait there, because I was underage with a beer in my hand. Like, I thought for sure I was gone. Maybe it's because I'm white. I don't know what the reasoning was, but they let me stay. My mom told them to let me go back in. He's not drank anything. He hasn't done anything wrong. And somehow, and I got away with it, and they let me go back in. But he's like, wait here for like 5-10 minutes. I'll be back, and then I'll let you go back in. So for those 5-10 minutes, he leaves, and the other kid there, it was like an Asian kid with like this backpack on, a pretty big backpack. And I was like, yo, like, what are you doing here? Like, I'm a talkative guy. I make conversation. I'm a streamer. That's my job. It's what I do. I yap for a living. You know what I mean? I yap for a living. I'm like, yo, what are you in here for? And he looks back at me. He's like, I can't turn my neck right now. Sorry, my neck's messed up. Like the worst it's ever been. He looks back at me. He's like, yeah, like, yeah, I just have a brick of weed in my backpack. And I'm like, mind you, I'm a child. And again, I hadn't smoked at the time. Don't condone that. I hadn't smoked ever in my life, because I'm a saint. I look back at him like a brick, and he's like, yeah, like they caught me with I think he was 18, so they had him there getting ready to go to jail. I think like he was literally like, he looks at me, he's like, yeah, man, I'm fucked. Like, they caught me and my boy, and like I have a whole, like, I swear to God, I mean, this is how I've always told the story. I don't remember the exact details with that kid, but I do remember him saying he got caught with a literal brick of marijuana. He's probably just distributing. I don't know what his deal was, but he was fucked, and he looked so anxious. And hearing that, while one, I had empathy to be like, wow, that's horrible. Like, that kid is probably ruined. Also, probably in a bad way, made me feel a little bit better about what was going on with myself, because I knew I was going back into the concert. He knew I was going back into the concert after getting caught with beer. And he got caught with a brick of weed in his backpack. I mean, I don't even know how he got caught. I don't know what happened, but he did. And it was probably one of those, I picture one of those like sealed tight, airtight bags of, you know what I mean? Where they suck the suction, the vacuum out of they vacuum the bag. You know what I'm talking, you guys know what I'm talking about. Don't put a picture on the screen, whatever, you know what I mean though. So yeah, he was screwed, and I get let back into the concert, and me being like a child, I was basically drunk. I mean, I didn't have a single sip of alcohol, and I didn't need one, because I was a little kid who had the most adrenaline rush night of his life. I thought I was the sickest, the biggest badass. I had come back into the venue got to all my friends. They're all freaking out, jumping on me like I had just hit the game-winning home run in the World Series. Like, you know what I mean? Like a walk-off home run. They came back, they're all jumping on me like, what happened? Like, what's the deal? Are you good? Like, are you going to jail? Like, what's happening? And I had to explain to him. And I was stone cold sober while also simultaneously adrenaline drunk. My heart was pounding. I felt like the man. I had just faced the police and won. Again, crazy stuff. And I just went on I had a great rest of the night. I got to experience some good songs, hang out with my friends. We all went to my buddy's place for a little post concert action. And it really was a good time and a good experience, and honestly a great story. Luckily, it could have ended up being a really bad story if I had to spend the night in prison for any reason. Like, imagine my parents weren't home or something and I had to like stay there overnight. Like, that would have been a way worse story. I probably still would tell it, but I think these are fun stories to tell to you guys. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing something that I told the first take I did that is like good context that might have to be like inserted in. But yeah, I mean, again, it was just an insane time. Adrenaline drunk for the rest of the night. I had a great rest of the night. It was amazing. And I just felt like the man. I had beaten the police, beaten the force. I beat 12. I was him back before him had even been a concept. And it was me. I was that guy. But it was great. It was sick. It was a good story, good time. Thank you guys for listening, man. Again, hopefully we got some good gameplay in the background or good cuts to me, so it's entertaining to watch. I plan on doing more story times like this, so feel free to please, if you made it this far in the video, leave a comment down below in the comment section about what I should do next. Like, if you guys want another story time, maybe post once a week, once every like Sunday, we do Sunday story time or something. Story time with Colazo. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but this is the first time I've ever done anything like this on the YouTube channel. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, and again, drop a comment down below what you guys want to hear next. First story, like just anything. What story from my life you'd want to hear next? There's probably so many comments and ideas that you guys have in mind. Feel free to let me know and I will get on it. Whichever comment has the most likes, maybe I'll do. We'll see.